Malaysia Media Council establishment will not limit media freedom. Youths will be able to register for 200 ringgit E29 Bullyrahma aid. Good evening and Salam Malaysia Madani. Thanks for joining us. I'm Muhammad Amin Carlos and you're watching Malaysia Tonight. Now, the proposed establishment of the Malaysia Media Council, which has been described as a regulatory mechanism for the industry, does not contradict the principles of media freedom championed by the government. Well, Deputy Minister of Communications and Digital, Tony Cheng, said that media freedom does not imply freedom without limits, but rather that the media has a responsibility to report from valid sources and in an ethical and fair manner.
Dalam konteks kita, selalu ada orang risau bahawa sebagai kerajaan kami akan gunalah undang-undang yang sedia ada untuklah mengekang kebebasan media. Tetapi kalau regulation itu adalah daripada industri sendiri, saya rasa itu adalah lebih adil dan juga boleh memastikan kepentingan semua pihak. Kerana kepentingan ini bukan sahaja kepentingan kerajaan, tetapi kepentingan untuklah pembangkang dan juga kepentingan orang awam.
Well, Teo said this in reply to Senator Dr. Dominic Lau Ho Chai, who wanted to know whether the regulatory mechanism for the media industry through the establishment of the Malaysian Media Council contradicted the principles of media freedom championed by the government. Now, elaborating further on the matter, Teo said that the Malaysian Media Council would serve as a platform for any party who is uncomfortable or dissatisfied with media reporting to submit their complaints. Well, youths aged 18 to 20 or full-time students at institutions of higher education or IPTs can register to receive 200 ringgit for the E29 Bullyrahma program from 8 a.m. on 26 June or next Monday. Now, the Ministry of Finance or MOF said the E29 Bullyrahma registration and payment period is from 26 June to the 22nd of August. Well, commenting further through a statement released today, the MOF said eligible youths can register through any of the three e-wallet service providers, namely Boost, Setia, and Touch and Go e-wallet. The statement said the E29 Bullyrahma credits and matching benefits from participating e-wallet providers can be issued offline until 31st August. The initiative targets Malaysian youth aged 18 to 20 and is open to all active full-time students in IPTs in the country. The MOF said participating e-wallet providers will offer other incentives in the form of vouchers, cashback or discounts on reward points during the program period. This 200 ringgit credit can also be used at retailers or merchants who accept payments through the Do It Now QR code by using one of the electronic wallets participating in the program, but subject to authorized transactions. Well, Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim, who is also Finance Minister, announced during the tabling of Budget 2023 on 24th February that the government would provide 200 ringgit E29 credits to 2 million youth aged 18 to 20, involving an allocation of 400 million ringgit. The decision on which country will helm the Asian Monetary Fund, or AMF, will be based on the agreement among the 68 Asian countries involved. Deputy Finance Minister 1, Dato Sri Ahmad Mazlan, said the AMF formation is currently still at the proposal stage and is viewed as an important move to strengthen the regional financial situation and be a platform to assist crisis-hit countries. Dato Sri Ahmad said Malaysia has practiced cooperation among countries in the region through ASEAN Plus 3, which includes ASEAN, China, Japan and South Korea. And among its initiatives is the Chiang Mai Initiative Multilateralization, or CMIM, a regional currency swap arrangement among participating members. So Malaysia has also implemented the Local Currency Settlement Framework, or LCSF, with Indonesia and Thailand, which facilitates the use of local currencies by the countries for bilateral trade and investment transactions. According to the Deputy Minister, through this cooperation, trade settlements using the Chinese yuan, Thai baht and Indonesian rupiah account for 16%, 16.1% and 16.6% of total trade settlements, respectively. He said that in November 2022, ASEAN Central Bank governors, through the Declaration on Advancing Regional Payment Connectivity and Promoting Local Currency Transaction, agreed to promote the use of local currencies for economic and financial transactions among ASEAN member countries.
USD dan mana-mana mata wang demi meningkatkan lagi kestabilan keuangan serantau. Negara-negara serantau akan terus meningkatkan lagi kecekapan dan keberkesanan mekanisme dari semasa ke semasa supaya kestabilan ekonomi dan keuangan serantau terus terjamin.
Well, a total of 136 cases involving immigration officers have been investigated in connection with elements of crime and misconduct in the process of foreigners entering Malaysia during the period from 2020 to 2022. Well, Deputy Home Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Samsul Anwar Nasara said of the total, 112 cases involved staff who violated the Code of Conduct under the Public Officers Conduct and Discipline Regulations 1993, while the other 24 were for criminal offences decided by the courts.
Kementerian Negeri sangat serius serta bertegas dalam soal integriti dan Kementerian Negeri tidak kompromi dalam soal salah laku di kalangan keritangan Jabatan Imigresen Malaysia.
On another note, the Deputy Home Minister also said that from 2020 to 6 June this year, the Immigration Department had arrested 13,242 foreign nationals for overstaying, which is an offence under the Immigration Act 1959/63, Act 155. Well, he also said the total number includes 4,292 foreigners in 2020, 2,704 in 2021, 4,267 in the year 2022, and 1,979 for the period from January to 6 June this year. He added that the KDN has never compromised on aspects of national security involving the entry and presence of foreigners in the country by implementing several strategies, including imposing visa requirements on certain foreigners. Well, Deputy Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Razaruddin Hussein has been appointed Inspector General of Police effective 23rd June. Well, Tan Sri Razaruddin replaces Tan Sri Akril Sani Abdullah Sani, who will end his service tomorrow. Well, Home Minister Datuk Sri Saifuddin Nasution Ismail said the appointment had received the consent of Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah after receiving advice from Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim on the recommendation of the Police Force Commission. Now, the appointment is on a contractual basis for 2 years until 22nd June 2025. Elaborating further through a statement released, the Minister said throughout Tan Sri Razaruddin's service in the police force, he has held various positions at the state and contingent levels. Well, Tan Sri Razaruddin began his career back in 1984, and his portfolios includes Deputy Commander of the Special Task Force on Organised Crime, or known as STAFOC, CID Chief of the Pulau Pinang Police Contingent, Deputy Police Commissioner of Sabah and Perak Deputy Police Chief before he was promoted to lead the police force in the state. He was appointed as the Director of Bukit Aman Narcotics Criminal Investigations Department for a year before becoming the Deputy IGP in 2021. Meanwhile, the Home Minister in a separate statement also announced the appointment of Bukit Aman CID Director Datuk Seri Ayub Khan Maidin Piche as the new Deputy Inspector General of Police, effective 23rd June. Coming up next, Grand Hajj Symposium could be held in Malaysia soon. Well, Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Religious Affairs, Dr. Muhammad Naim Mokhtar, plans to bring the Grand Hajj Symposium, organised annually in Saudi Arabia, to Malaysia soon. Now, the minister, who is currently on a work visit to Saudi Arabia and to perform his Hajj, said he would discuss the matter with Saudi Arabia's Minister of Hajj and Umrah, Dr. Taufiq Fauzan Muhammad Al-Rabiah. Speaking to reporters after attending the symposium in Mecca, Dr. Muhammad Naim said that Tabung Haji, which has 60 years of experience in managing Hajj affairs, could also share its success with other Muslim countries.
Kalau kita buat simposium di sana, jadi agak mudah untuk pemain-pemain industri contohnya haji dan umrah untuk datang di situ berbandingkan di sini. Kan, tapi kalau bila kita boleh bawa ke sana, jadi yang the regional industries itu dia boleh datang ke Malaysia. Dan Malaysia lead di situ. Dan kita boleh bawa rakan-rakan kita di sana untuk kita tengok, pelajari apa yang kita dapat tambah baik.
Well, he said Malaysia's presence at the 47th Grand Hajj Symposium, which was held on Tuesday, was important in getting information directly from the government of Saudi Arabia about the efforts introduced by the country to facilitate future Hajj. The capital market can play a pivotal role by facilitating funding access to support the growth of sustainability-related investment products. Securities Commission Malaysia SC Chairman Dr. Sri Awang Adik Hussein said one of SC's key priorities is ensuring that the capital market is able to channel funds as well as capital towards meeting sustainability targets.
To do so, investors and lenders will require more transparent, comparable and reliable information from companies on their sustainability journey. This comparable data and information will allow investors to better price such risks and opportunities.
In SRI 2023.
In his opening address at the Sustainable and Responsible Investment or SRI Virtual Conference 2023 today, Dr. Sri Awang Adik said the International Sustainability Standards Board or ISSB is developing a global baseline standard for sustainability disclosures, which is expected to be completed this month. Now, from the emerging markets perspective, he said Malaysian public listed companies should be ahead of the curve given their head start in sustainability reporting since 2015, as Bursa sustainability reporting requirements are also in line with the ISSB standards. The Congress of Unions of Employees in the Public and Civil Services, or QPACS, has brushed off the accusation made by certain quarters claiming that the civil service sector is bloated. Now, its president, Dato' Adnan Mat, said at the moment the number of civil servants in the country is around 1.26 million, comprising personnel working in numerous sectors, as well as those attached to security and enforcement agencies. Dato' Adnan also criticized some party leaders for stating that civil servants are a, quote, burden to the nation, unquote, and calling on the government to reduce the number of civil servants.
Merasakan amat tekilan apabila menganggap anggota perkhidmatan awam itu sendiri sebagai beban kepada negara dalam bentuk sistem saraan dan upah kadar upah dan pencen yang ada pada ketika ini. Amat tidak menasabah seorang ahli politik sentiasa memainkan isu anggota perkhidmatan awam menjadi beban kepada kerajaan. Kami sebenarnya telah menyampaikan sistem penyampaian kerajaan kepada rakyat dengan begitu kesan. Bagaimana kami menjaga kedaulatan negara ini. Bagaimana kami menjaga keselamatan, ketenteraman negara ini. Bagaimana kami menjaga kesihatan negara ini. Dan bagaimana kita berada dalam bentuk COVID-19 yang melanda negara ini. Kamilah anggota perkhidmatan awam yang bertukul lumus memberi perkhidmatan yang terbaik untuk rakyat dan negara.
Well, a part-time music teacher was charged at the Magistrates Court in Georgetown, Pulau Pinang, with dangerous driving causing the death of a female motorcyclist last month. Wu Cheng Sing, age 28, claimed trial for the charge which was read to him before Magistrate Nur Melati Diana Abdul Wahab. Well, Wu allegedly committed the offence at Jalan Loh Poheng at about 10:20 a.m. on 8th May. Now, the charge was framed under Section 41, subsection 1 of the Transport Act 1987, which provided for imprisonment of up to 10 years and a fine of not more than 50,000 ringgit upon conviction. Magistrate Nur Melati set bail at 3,000 ringgit with one surety and fixed 26 July for mention. On 12 May, police arrested 6 individuals allegedly involved in a scuffle following the accident. A viral video showed a car crashing into a motorcyclist, with both the victim and the car then crashing into the pavement along a housing area. A fight occurred at the same location, possibly minutes after the accident, with several people seen scuffling while others tried to break up the fight. Now, police said those involved in the fight were family members of the motorcyclist and the car driver. The female motorcyclist sustained severe head injuries and died at the scene. Well, the Badminton Association of Malaysia, BAM, will not be hasty in finding a successor to Wong Chun Han, who resigned as singles coaching director recently. Well, BAM President Tan Sri Muhammad Norza Zakaria conceded that it is not easy to find a coach to fill the vacancy left by Chung Han, who ended a nearly 5-year tenure since November 2018 with the country's badminton governing body. Well, he said most coaches will definitely be making a firm commitment to help their respective countries get into the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, France, with the qualification campaign going on until next April. Regarding the replacement of Michelle Chai, who resigned as Academy of Badminton Malaysia ABM Chief Executive Officer, Tan Sri Norza said BAM is still conducting a search to ensure that the individual is truly qualified to head ABM. Now, last month, Michelle resigned as ABM CEO following the lackluster performance of the national women's squad that was eliminated from the 2023 SEA Games in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Michelle, at a press conference, said the sudden defeat at the hands of the Philippine women's squad in the quarterfinals was unacceptable and needed a solution from the management and ABM coaching teams. Kelantan FC will have a new coach named Angel Alfredo Vera of Argentina to guide them for their remaining 13 Super League matches this season, replacing current coach Frank Bernhardt of Germany. Now, in a statement today, the club said Alfredo Vera has vast experience coaching several top division and second division clubs in Indonesia, like Persipura Jayapura and Persebaya Surabaya. With such experience, Kelantan FC said it is confident that Alfredo Vera would do his best to lift Kelantan FC. Alfredo Vera is Kelantan FC's 3rd coach this season after Bernhard and South Korean Choi Moon-sik. Kelantan FC also said that Alfredo Vera's good command of Bahasa Melayu would help him to communicate better with the players. Kelantan FC are currently propping up the 14-team Super League standings with just 4 points from 1 win, 1 draw and 11 defeats after 13 matches. Well, that concludes Malaysia Tonight this time around. In our top story, Malaysia Media Council establishment will not limit media freedom. Do tune in to updates at noon coming up tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. on TV2. Till then, I'm Muhammad Amin Carlos. Malaysia Madani, Tekat Perpaduan, Penuhi Harapan. Thanks for watching.